based on the IHR 2005, what is expected from WHO is declaring the public health emergency of international concern as early as possible, based on the factors. And as Mike said, the highest emergency as far as international health regulation is concerned was declared on January 30th. And during that time, as Maria said, there were less than 100 cases. And to be specific, 82 confirmed cases on January 30.
Outside China.
Outside China. Of course, in China we had more cases, but outside China we had only 82 cases. And most of these cases were actually in the neighborhood. And most of them, since they're in the neighborhood, the rest of the world is still reporting no cases. We had few in Europe, and I can read that for you, what was reported from Europe. We had 5 from France, 1 from Finland, 4 from Germany. That makes it 9. 10 actually. 10 cases in Europe when we declared global emergency. In Africa, we didn't have any case. In United Arab Emirates, from the Middle East, United Arab Emirates had 4 cases. So you can see it for yourself. We triggered the highest level of emergency when the rest of the world had only 82 cases and no deaths. And then to add to that, global emergency is discussed among experts. It's not just one director general who just comes out and declares. We have experts representing all over the whole world coming together as experts and discussing. And they met on 23rd January. They couldn't agree, they were divided. Then, of course, they continued for a second day. Still, they couldn't divide it. They couldn't agree. Of course, they agreed to meet in 6-7 days and then met for a second time on January 30 when they, based on the criteria we have, they were convinced that the criteria is met to declare this global emergency. So I want to be clear again. The most important thing which is expected as a declaration from WHO is the global emergency declaration on January 30. And that was declared based on experts' opinion that was drawn from all over the world, who used the criteria to recommend to me that this is already a global emergency, and that consensus led to a declaration of global emergency from WHO, which I announced myself. So looking back, I think we declared the emergency at the right time, and when the world had enough time to respond, when the rest of the world had enough time to respond. I repeat again, there were only 82 cases and no deaths. That was enough to cut it from the bud. Enough. That was January 30. And this is more than 2 months and 21 days ago, close to 3 months now. Thank you.